Eagles fans all over. You know, me and Leo come on here from the bird section. I've been getting told today there's wings clipped. We got our wings clipped. I heard cry Eagles cry. I go to my desk to into work this morning. I get one of
Wait,
these.
wait, wait. Special guest, special guest, special guest. This is
What's
Lane.
going on?
What's going on?
How do you feel about what happened yesterday?
Good.
The Eagles losing.
Yeah, I'm still good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
My man. All right.
He
All right.
ain't gonna let it bother him. He ain't gonna
No,
let
I'm
it.
gonna tell. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna tell you what the rationale behind that is.
So
Yeah.
I was on my PlayStation, right? And then
Mhm.
I heard my friend's dad screaming that the 49ers won.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Yeah.
He was not happy. We had to have a talk this morning about that. You know what I'm saying? I told him his friend's dad is a poo butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, man.
No, you good. I go to my desk and all of a sudden I walk up and I see one of these.
Fly Eagles fly on the road back to Cry Eagles cry on the road to Victor to what
Yeah.
memory? Okay, Cowboys Nation. Oh Lord,
Clearly they made it pretty quick.
yeah,
But
and they need their medication adjusted.
yeah.
That right there is a clear sign that somebody needs their medication adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Just start adjusting the medication.
Yeah, bro. So with that being said, we gotten all the hate, all the stuff. We gotten all that out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at this from 24 hours after the incident of the Eagles loss. We both have agreed. We both have been talking about uh, going back to the bowl, all that stuff, all the things we've been looking at. But we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move
Mm-hmm.
forward. And what we are gonna do is we're gonna dive a little bit into the game. So, Leo, watching that
Yes, sir.
49, what did you take away from it? Yes, it was a loss, but what did you take away from it?
So one, I was really rooting for. I was really thinking that okay, playoffs is about to start now. The playbook is about to open up because I spent the most of the season saying something ain't right. You know, like
Mhm.
it's like they're gonna. To me, it just seemed like they were, uh, only showing you just a small bit of the offense and not trying to show everybody everything because the people we were playing during the course of the season were folks we were going to see during the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So and in the Super Bowl. When that
Mhm.
didn't come out and it continued to be, you know, it continued to be like it was throughout the season. That's when
Mhm.
I realized. That's when to me it was like, okay, I think the offensive coordinator position was just a little too much for this guy, Kevin Patullo. You know what I'm saying? And what we had is a quarterback who has been progressing consistently, since he became the starter over the last five plus years. You know what I'm saying? This year was the only year that he did not progress. It was like he was trying to bring this coordinator up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is that was the thing. So I just think that, the offense did not play complementary football to the defense. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the defense. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell for not allowing himself to get in his head after getting burnt and then balled out the rest of the time. SGA Sports Talk, what's good? This is not Eagles. This is not the Bird section podcast. This is the Eagles Collective podcast. So this is not a channel members thing. Okay, so there's no link for you to hop in. This is not for you guys. Okay, all right, go
Mhm.
ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you good. So my takeaway was a lot of like yours. Okay, this is gonna step up, open up the playbook, maybe do a few things that
Mm-hmm.
we expected that they were holding back on.
Mm-hmm.
One thing
Mm-hmm.
I will say, the run game got a notch. It got up a notch. They took it up a notch with the run game. Less negative yardage, more positive yardage with Saquon.
Absolutely. But
Um,
still predictable. Run on
Yeah,
first
no,
down.
definitely still predictable. Um, I think that, and I asked this on the Eagles Collective show with the boys. I was like, "Yo, do y'all truly think that we're underestimating the 49ers going into this?" Because when you look at the way the media was talking about it, everybody was talking about. They said the 49ers don't have a chance. Anybody that watches football knows that the 49ers are a postseason team at the end of the day. They're a postseason team and they know how to act in the postseason. So I do think that they probably did come into this a little. We kind of went into this thinking we just automatically going to win, just because the media is telling us this. Um, but yeah, like they gave us one hell of a game. Shout out to them. I hate that George Kittle got injured in the game, but I still think there should have been more Tank Bigsby plays. He should have gotten
Absolutely.
more carries.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts played a solid game. A lot of those plays, a lot of those throws were in the bucket to the wide receivers. They just didn't put up their end of the bargain on those.
Yeah, I mean his let's say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
AJ no failed him.
yeah,
He
no,
failed him.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? AJ failed him, and AJ got into his head.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
do you remember what AJ Brown said at his at a in the locker room? Probably like back in November. Do you remember what he said? What those comments were that he made?
Uh
They were talking about the tweets and they were talking about the live stream he went on with Ron. Yeah,
Janky Rondo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that by any chance?
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember exactly what he was saying though. Like, oh,
Yeah,
he was saying it's a shit show.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let me reference when he talked to them when the media came to him and they asked him about it. His biggest thing was the way that the things that we're doing right now cannot get us to where we want to go.
He
And
said
he
that.
said, me being the type of player that I am, I want to be the player that when the game's on the line, you can rely on me, and that you know that you can trust me, and I can be that guy for you. He said that's what he wants to be. That's what he always wanted to be.
Yeah. Well,
The game where that comes, with the game where that possibility is coming in that 49ers game, there was two opportunities for that.
okay.
Two, and you dropped it. You dropped the ball.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So now you did all this talking, you made all this noise,
Yep.
which I do appreciate because
Yep.
he did speak something into reality what was going to
Yep.
happen. Everything he's spoken to the future what was going to happen. But if you're saying that you want to be that guy that that the team can rely on to kind of close the game out,
Can be that guy.
you were given that opportunity twice and you didn't execute.
Yep.
So I think it's more of a humbling experience for AJ Brown. You just talking at this point.
Well, absolutely, absolutely, and you know what? It's always you got to be thankful for those moments. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're just over 24 hours of this happening, and they're still processing. Um, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the way things, the type of team and environment that we have where, you know, we have accountability. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that very often.
Right.
Um, I don't mind the sideline blow up, to be honest with you, because hey,
It's the heat of the moment. Yeah.
yeah, and
It's
the
the heat of the moment.
coaches, and the coach is going to hold. Remember, I said accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no one's above being, no one's above being, reprimanded. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, and I don't think that, and to your other point too. Yes, AJ said all that stuff and everything like that. But then, do you remember when Jeffrey Lurie came to practice?
Yeah. And
And
that was after, yeah. So
yeah,
this was after all that.
yeah,
He spoke on it. He said, I'm gonna chill out on the media stuff.
Yep.
So
And that was
you had to get the person that signs your checks to come onto the practice field and talk to
yep,
you.
yep, yep.
So that's the way I'm looking at that. Um,
And then that shit stopped, and you ain't hear another word from him.
exactly. So that's my takeaway with the whole game. But since we already talking about AJ,
Mm-hmm.
like we got to clear something up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we definitely do. So everybody's talking about trade AJ Brown, all this talk. One thing that Howie Roseman is very good at is managing his money. So the true thing that we truly don't know about is what is AJ really frustrated about? Is AJ frustrated with Jalen being the quarterback, not being able to execute? Is AJ Brown frustrated with the OC just because the play calling? Or is
Mm-hmm.
he truly just frustrated with the Eagles organization? If he's frustrated with the Eagles organization or Jalen Hurts, yes, he has to go because Jalen is the face of the team. But if he's simply just frustrated with the OC and the way the game plan has been played out, that's what I truly think his frustration is.
I think it's the
That's,
OC.
you think, yeah, it's the
I
OC.
think
That's what
it's
I'm
the
saying.
OC. I
So
think
if
it's the
it's the
OC.
OC, that's the easy correction. There's no need to trade him. There's no need for that. What I will put up here, just so everybody knows, is at the end of the day, AJ Brown has a contract with the Eagles. So going into 2026, he's going to be getting $23 million.
Mm-hmm.
He already has. He's going to be getting paid 29 million. So if we were to trade him, you would have to combine both of those two, and we would actually owe. I think it's like a total of almost 43 million.
I think it's 46 million.
Yeah, so we're going to be having to owe him that and just dead money just sitting there.
Right. And that's
And
what I
we're
spent.
not going to do that with the people that we need on the team, with everything we got going on. It's not feasible.
Yeah,
Like,
and also you got to understand. You know what I'm saying? Understand something. That dead money cap hit is not something we can manipulate like that.
yeah,
You see what I'm
facts.
saying? We that's the cap, yes, but dead money cap, no. And that's
Yeah.
the part that I think a lot of people like. Every time someone and this is me just speaking in terms of the truth as I know it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Whenever someone starts talking to me about AJ Brown and they say y'all should trade AJ, da 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 da, I'm like, all right, you just told on yourself, okay? And the reason why I say that is because you're not playing. You're not. You obviously are someone that's a casual fan. That's what it says to me. You're more of a casual fan than you are a heavily invested fan because most people know. If you take a look at that dead cat money hit, you know what I'm saying? We're in a James Bradbury type situation. You see what I'm saying? It's
Probably
cheap.
bigger than James Bradbury.
Yeah, it is. It is bigger. It's cheaper to keep her, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We cannot, and because I had somebody say, well, it was Marcus Blackman. I said, I remember now. And Marcus said, oh, you can get around that, da 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 da. And I'm like, Marcus, where we are right now is how we got around it. There's no getting around this.
And what Marcus Blackman is saying, it is true. We could get around it if we truly wanted to, and I say that because of Carson Wentz. But this is not a quarterback. This
Well,
is a wide receiver.
right, and on top of that, we just got, but they're not really getting around. We still have to address it. We just got Carson off the books.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we just got Carson off the books is because we broke the record for taking the biggest dead money cap hit to clear the books. We got Carson and Fletcher Cox off
Mm-hmm.
the books. You see what I'm saying? That was that was the thing that I think people have to understand, you know what I'm saying? Like once you start looking at dead cap money hits and shit like that, it becomes a different conversation at that point.
Once you start actually looking at all the
Yeah.
teams, how much money they truly have to spend, that generally gives you an idea of who's going to be in the postseason if you play your cards right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you look at it, and if you know a team that's good at managing money and picking up players, and you
Yep.
see them going far, or you seeing them excelling in the NFL, you look at their salary cap, that helps answer your questions. Like
Yep,
there's a level to fandom, Leo, that I think that some people don't understand. There's the
I
casual
agree.
there's the you watch every game, you know the players, you know all that. Then you got the people, they know the playbook, they know the schemes, they can tell you all that. And then you got
Yep,
people that actually look at
yep,
the money
yep,
part of it. And when
yep.
you look at the money,
The money
that's what
part,
shows
it
you everything.
changes everything.
Yeah, that's what changes everything. That money lets
Yep.
you know everything. So with that being said, AJ Brown most likely is not going anywhere. I can definitely say if he does go somewhere, the team that is picking him up is going to be giving up a lot more. Like they will be giving up a lot.
Yeah,
Like Howie will be forcing them to give up a lot.
wow, yeah, and that and it would be more than I think he's worth. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Especially if you're like, if you're a team that's trying to get over the hump and you're trying to get there and everything like that, you don't have you can't what it would take is too much. Now, the Raiders got the money. The Raiders
yeah.
got the money and they got the draft capital. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it would take a lot. And real quick, I just want to say shout out to my man Fells is in the building.
Bells, what's up? What's up?
Shout out to our girl Linda Conyers is in the
Linda, what's going
building.
on?
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joel Perez Martinez, SGA Sports Talk. CZ is in the building. Shout out to my man
We got
Cash
everybody up
Boy.
in.
Yeah, I got 49ers fan is in the building. Congratulations. Now go do something with it. Linda said even post June cut, it would still be too high. That's the point.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
what we're trying to. And
Yeah,
that's like I
it's
understand.
yeah. Me and Leo definitely get it. I just think there's a lot of just talk out there.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
we're trying to settle all that right now.
Yep.
So my biggest thing is we can't afford to do that. That would be silly. Um, when you know that the true issue is he just doesn't like the way the OC is running the plays.
Mhm,
Now, mind you, too, Leo, he
mhm.
didn't like the way Kellen Moore did either, just because we were running the ball more. We were
Right.
running the ball more, and it felt. I think what if I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm looking at AJ Brown's point of view. You were with the Titans. You had Derrick Henry. You were that it was all about Derrick Henry. They started the ball running with Derrick Henry. Your only year where you were the guy was 22 and 23.
Mhm.
And after that, he started getting injured more. The injuries started happening.
Mhm.
So my thing is if he wants to truly go somewhere else, and that's his thing, he doesn't want to be in a run first offense. We gotta let him walk. Like if he truly says I don't want to be in a run first offense, we gotta let him walk.
I don't think I think this year made him more appreciative of what he had last year. You understand what I'm saying?
Break
I
it
don't
down.
I let's see what he's saying next year. Let's see.
You're talking about off season.
Yeah, during the off season and next
Mm-hmm.
year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes some people don't know how good they got it until it's gone, and
Oh
maybe
yeah,
that's what this could be too as well. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And in all honesty, you know, if I'm AJ, you know what I'm saying, I get it. He could be pissed and everything like that, but based off of everything that he said throughout the course of the season, even when he stopped talking,
He
he
put his foot in his
he
mouth.
was right.
Yeah,
Looking
this is
like
a
he was
prime
right.
example of putting
Yeah,
your foot in your mouth.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do at this point is to, you know, just be quiet because he about to get his money. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And he still has a situation where he can still get him another ring. And I just want to say, Bob Hope says at least you know you don't have a dynasty, right? Wrong, wrong, wrong. You are
Like that's let don't like I said, those are the things that I'm talking about. They people just saying stuff. Like if
well.
that's the case, there's
And I'm like, yeah, but if the evidence says otherwise, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If we're
and that's the thing though. I think at the end of the day, people know that they know the talent that we have because when we start winning, that turns into the excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So like if that's the case, you can't sit up here and say you got a dynasty team, but make the excuse that, oh well, y'all ain't that good, y'all not a dynasty. But then at the same time, we still operating like with the players that we have. We just have good coaches. That's what I think. We
Yeah.
have good defensive coaches and we just know what we're doing. But yeah, just going into that, just AJ Brown, I don't think he's getting traded. I think we're keeping him. That salary cap, I don't think that's something that Howie Roseman wants to do, especially when you got to pay Jalen Carter. You want to keep Jordan Davis. You possibly want to keep
Yep.
Reed Blankenship. You got all these
Yep.
players that you truly have to think about. And one thing that kind of I noticed actually was after this game, a lot of the players were dapping each other up, like just didn't know the last time they were going to see each other. I thought we were personally going to be losing a lot more people. But looking at this
Yeah.
is the free agency right here. These
Yeah.
are all the possible free agents.
Yep. Yep.
And Reed Blankenship, N'Kobe Dean, Jalen Phillips, I'm good with just keeping them and bringing Dallas Goddard back. I'm
Yep.
good with that. Are you?
I'm good with that. Plus, I would like to see I don't know about Aziz. Kylan Granson, Jahan Dotson. Nah, yeah. I'll be fine with them walking.
That's what I'm saying. So
Because I'm
like,
playing at this point, outside the ones you already just said. At this point, I'm playing the compensatory game.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we
And
let
that's a lot
Jahan,
of what these people are.
yeah, Jahan was a first round draft pick. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And that was
Calcaterra was too.
yep, Grant Calcaterra was too. And then if you let Uche go, didn't we draft Uche?
No, he's been playing for a while.
No, Aziz Ojolari.
Yeah,
You know
Zizo
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. And Sam Howell. Sam Howell was a first round draft pick for the Washington Commanders. Remember?
Yep.
Out of UNC Chapel Hill. So there's a number of guys on this team. I think bring back Fred Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Fred Johnson come back on a team-friendly deal. Same thing with N'Kobe Dean. That needs to be a team-friendly deal. Show us that you can stay healthy for a whole season, one time.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a season one time. You know what I'm saying?
Would you keep Reed? Keep Reed? Or do you feel like we can find
I would keep the only reason why I would keep Reed is because he's basically a serviceable safety, but also I don't know if I want to disturb the chemistry of the secondary like that. You know what I'm saying? With the way him and Coop are, and he brings a veteran presence at this point. You know what I'm saying? That Andrew Makuba and guys like and would also help to will help with with getting rid of Sidney Brown too. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind seeing and he's our team's NFLPA he's our NFLPA representative. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eagles Drew is in the building.
Eagles Drew.
This isn't a bird section thing. This is the Eagles Collective podcast. This isn't a channel members thing. He was like, send me the link. You know what I'm saying? I got, don't worry, Drew. We're gonna go live tomorrow night, but this is just the bird section in the Eagles Collective podcast.
Yeah, this is the collab right now.
Yeah, going over the just we're just trying to make sense of the last 24 hours. Now, I will say this: what's interesting is that I realize, especially in dealing with members from other fan bases, like you got the cardboard and everything like that. Our dismay, our agony and everything, it's their entertainment. Okay.
Oh yeah, like
this is their entertainment. They're having a ball with it. You know what I'm saying? But here's the problem. The one thing I won't do is I won't give them that. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's going to be infuriating for these people is how fast we're getting to work to fix whatever it is that we potentially we've identified as probably a problem. You know what I'm saying? Unlike a lot of other teams, you know what I'm saying? The one thing I appreciate about the Philadelphia Eagles is that them fuckers are quick to admit a mistake and move the fuck on.
Yeah.
All right, we fucked up, gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? All right, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to hold on to something and just to be holding on to it. You know what I'm saying? So again, I just think that the fact that we're moving as fast as I feel like we're moving fast now. With these,
Well, we're forced to just because you got a lot coming up.
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
know you're not going to keep the same OC, so you know you need to make changes there. And I think it might even go deeper to where you want to bring in an OC that can build a team around them. Now, hear me out when I say this.
go ahead.
So, when Vic Fangio became the defensive coordinator, he brought in Christian Parker,
Mm-hmm.
Clint Hurt, and he brought in Bobby Knight. We need an OC, and this is probably why they said offensive minded.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing an OC that's going to say, Nick, don't worry about any of this. Be the culture guy, be the head coach, be the one in charge of that. Let me bring in a wide receiver coach, a running back coach, a quarterback coach. Let me bring in my guys and let's do it this way. Because I feel like that's what it's going to truly turn into. Because you really got to think about it. They've done all these things with these different coordinators,
Mm-hmm.
but these wide receivers, these running back coaches, they all stayed the same. They need somebody that's going to come in and say, "All right, let me do this." So that's what Nick Sirianni has to be okay with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably what's going to. I think the only thing that you probably don't change is the offensive line coach. Because I remember when Cliff
Yep.
Kingsbury
Yep.
tried to become the head coach with the Eagles, that was the one reason why he did not come, because they would not get rid of Stoutland.
Yes. Yep.
I think if you tell everybody if you bring in an OC and say we're keeping Stoutland, you can change up every other position coach as you want, because you want a quarterback coach that's going to actually truly develop Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're changing OCs and you're also changing quarterback coaches too.
Yeah. Well, so who do you think would make a good who would make a good candidate? Because
I don't know, and that's why I think that was one of the reasons why I wanted to have this show, because I wanted to bring you in, get your thoughts on it, and get the people in the comments thoughts on this too. So I'm gonna pull up some names.
Well,
pull
I
up.
was thinking about. I know we talked about Mike McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just think that only reason why I'm not I don't know about that one is because does it create sort of an awkward type of situation with Vic being
Personalities.
Vic being on staff too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The second name I could think of is with John Harbaugh gone, and maybe there's an opportunity for Todd Monken. You know what I'm saying? He already says he feel like he didn't do a good job with Lamar Jackson. Here's your do-over. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're talking about, this is a person who's got like, Todd Monken's got a lot of years of experience. You know what I'm saying? Then you have I'm trying to think who else. Trying to think. Who else did I say? Who else did I? So let me say. Oh, you got Clint Kubiak. You know what I'm saying? But he's leave Seattle to come to Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doubtful. You know what I'm saying? You got Art Smith. Coming from Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? You have David Shaw, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He's the passing game coordinator there. You got Clayton Adams, who's probably building a good thing going on out there in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? You have Brian Daboll. I said I would like to see Daboll.
Yeah, I got Brian Daboll on there. So one person that I was thinking of, Josh McCown. Do you remember that name?
Yep.
With
Casey McCown's brother.
So he's with the Vikings right now. So we
Uh-huh.
seen a little bit of we seen Sam Darnold get developed under him. We seen McCarthy, whatever people say about him,
Yep,
somewhat get
Mike
developed behind.
McCarthy. Yep, he's another one.
We saw Josh Daniels get developed behind him. Josh Daniels had a good year. How do you feel about bringing him in as an OC?
Josh McDaniels.
McCown.
Well, I'm never turned off with the idea of having one former quarterback working with another, working with a current quarterback. That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, like McCarthy was doing so good out there in Minnesota is because, you know, you got a coach who can think like a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel. Maybe even let's bring back Mike Kafka. We drafted him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got a chance.
I'm talking about Josh McCown because Josh McCown was there when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl in 2017, and just seeing his resume under with Sam Darnold, all these other quarterbacks, and remember these are quarterbacks that people like kind of just threw in the trash can and just they wrote off. So with Jalen needing to develop, because develop does get held back with new OCs, bringing in somebody like that to help develop Jalen. Like, I think this year needs to be more of a development stage for Jalen going into the 26th season.
We said, remember what I said earlier, you know, we saw, you know, the first 5 years, we saw a natural progression at the QB position with Jalen. Every year he showed us he grew in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Except for this year. This was the 1 year he did not he did not, this was the year that he did not progress. He didn't regress. He just didn't progress. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know,
and see, I like what Gottman's saying right here. He said we should be looking for an offensive minded head coach. So if you lose your OC, you still have your offensive scheme and philosophy in place. I do agree with that. However, the Philadelphia Eagles, we gotta understand this. Philadelphia Eagles are not going to get rid of Nick Sirianni.
No,
they're not.
No.
You getting rid of Nick Sirianni, you're gutting everything you're doing.
Yep, and you're also and the GM is giving up power. See, the GM Howie has a lot of influence over Nick. He tells Nick what to do.
Exactly. And when I mean gutting, I'm saying you're changing up the whole team, and the head coach you might think will be a good head coach may not want Jalen Hurts to be his quarterback.
Yep.
And so now you got to get rid of. Now he's going to be forcing you. You got me with a quarterback that I can't do anything with. So now you got a head coach that's just getting a paycheck.
Yep.
Because don't get it twisted. Some of these head coaches just coming for a paycheck too, and they usually get let go of. So we need to keep Nick. And I think if they tell Nick, hey, we need somebody that's going to do exactly what Vic is doing, just on the other side, I think Nick will sit back and let that happen.
Drew said Nick is not going anywhere unless he tries to pull a Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
trying to stand up for his one guy. You know,
he won't. Yeah,
no, Nick is not going anywhere. He's not going to try that. He ain't that brave. You know what I'm saying? He's Nick realizes he's got a very good thing going on here, and a lot of what we have going on here is because he's in a situation where a lot of there's certain particular decisions that he don't have to make that someone else does.
And I do agree. I agree with what Gottman's saying. Like, I agree with that 100%. But then when you sit back and think about it, if you're a head coach, you kind of have a quarterback in mind that you want. So when these head coaches leave, like Ben Johnson, he wanted to develop Caleb Williams. Like, you got coaches that want to be under people.
No one said y'all. No one y'all said you didn't dynasty. You didn't. I ain't trolling no one. Y'all said you dynasty. You didn't. Sorry. What? I'm sorry. I'm just reading these. I'm reading these things. Bob Hope thinks that we're not in a. I'm like, bro, you're actually living in our dynasty years right now.
I think what Bob Hope is doing right now is I think Bob Hope is still looking at us as that type of team right now. So that's why it keeps up bringing the dynasty. I don't think me or you have said anything about the dynasty while we've been
No,
talking.
I did. Well, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? When I think of like look at the New England Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do back to back to back to back to back years. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a period of time where they went every other year.
There's a drought. Yeah, they went through a drought
over a short period of time. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where we are. Like our dynasty. If we go with the current trend, then we make the Super Bowl every other year now.
Yeah.
I mean,
like that's what I'm saying. So
damn, 2 years. I mean, like we've been to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years.
mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So when we don't go to where we expect to go, we got to make changes because we know we're capable of doing. That's
yep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right,
and that's why I'm doing this. Let's move forward and let's start talking about what type of changes are possibly going to get made. Yeah, I definitely want to see they said offensive minded OC. I think it's going to be somebody that is definitely going to be older and maybe somebody who Nick can't boss around either.
That's why I said I thought this is why I thought Nick probably told KP shut the playbook down. You showed him enough, and then turned and looked at Vic and said, "I ain't saying shit because he ain't gonna tell. You're not gonna tell Vic to do some shit like that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And real quick, I just want to let everybody know. Right now, it's the second quarter, and the Houston Texans are up 7-3 over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the quarter in the half. And the Steelers are threatening to score again now. Aaron Rodgers just got sacked, but he's on, and they're on the 15, I think. So he tripped.
Hey, Eagles Drew, I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And Frank Wright, yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing, Eagles Drew. Because I feel like if you get Frank Wright in there, who doesn't want to become a head coach anymore, I think Frank Wright has a team that he can bring in on the offensive side and help build the team.
And leave Jeff Stoutland in place.
Yeah.
Leave Jeff Stoutland in place.
I think Frank Wright is the best move that they can make. He can build that relationship with Jalen. He's older, so Jalen will have a certain type of respect towards him. He look at him differently. He's won a Super Bowl in Philly, so there's an aspect of respect there. And that's kind of where I'm at when I'm looking at this. So
and shout out to Logan Motorsports, bro. You owe nobody no apologies. Okay, you owe no one no apologies. As you said, it was heat of the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. Like you are allowed to process however you need to process. You know what I'm saying? I so appreciate you. I've appreciated you the whole season and will continue to appreciate you. You come on back. You know what I'm saying? You keep that energy. You know what I'm saying? We just have to, people like me and Warren, we have to, don't get me wrong, bro. It's difficult, but we have to keep a level head, sort of, kind of, and breathe on this shit.
Yeah, you can definitely tell by the tone of our voices. We just kind of like it's deflating a little bit. It's a little deflating. We gotta be honest about that.
Yeah, but when
we gotta come on here for y'all. Like we doing this for y'all. That's why.
Let me say this. Let me say this. If you go and look too, Warren. The way I dealt with this is I just made a whole bunch of videos using my AI and scheduled them to hit throughout the course of the day, just so I can be like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah, AI Leo.
You know what I'm saying? AI Leo held me down today, y'all.
You got AI Leo working overtime, bro.
I sure did. You know what I'm saying? I sure did.
Hey, I get it. Hey, while we got everybody in here right now, we got 40 people in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for the bird section.
Yeah, please do. Hit the like and subscribe button. Stadium Sports HQ says fire hurts. All right.
This is when remember when we were talking about the levels of fandom, Leo? Remember we were talking.
Here's the problem. Stadium Sports HQ doesn't realize where we are right now at this very moment in the conversation, and so it's sort of kind of like it's sort of kind of like somebody who busted, like everybody's watching a movie and he just busts in the door talking about what's up, y'all, and it's like shh, like he wants to change up the entire conversation without realizing what the actual conversation is.
Yeah, some people
doesn't care. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He don't care.
So we're gonna get that. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. He didn't stay. He didn't come in and sit and listen.
Oh, he doesn't like to listen. Okay.
No, yeah, he just came in and just started saying things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the problem. Like he didn't sit and listen to try to figure out where everybody was in the conversation. He didn't.
And everybody's like, "Yo, just read the room." Read the room.
He's not reading the room. Yeah, that's the problem. They don't. He's very sports HQ and guys like that are terrible with reading the room. And and there's a thing called there's a word. It's a German word. It's called freedom. Freedom Scham. Okay. And what it means is, it means you and I are in a constant state of freedom sham. And that means we're in a constant state of embarrassment, secondary embarrassment on one's behalf. Like it's when someone says something cringeworthy. You see what I'm saying? And that's the part that they don't get. And so, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
No, no matter what you say. I feel like the more we talk about it, the more attention we give to it. But everybody we got in here, definitely go over to everybody in the bird section, hit that like button. You're more than welcome to always come over to the Eagles Collective as well. But just diving into that. So, who was the coach you have in mind, Leo? Like, if they announced it, if Adam Schefter, you got a notification on your phone right now, Kevin Patullo's fired, the Eagles have hired a new OC. Who are you getting excited over? Or who are you like, okay, this is what we need?
Frank Reich or Brian Daboll.
Okay. Why Brian Daboll?
The familiarity with Jalen Hurts is a big deal for me. Jalen respects him big time. You know what I'm saying? And his offensive schemes and the position not being too big for him, considering Josh Allen had some of his best days, his best years with Brian Daboll. You see what I'm saying? So he's a
that was with Oklahoma, or was it with Alabama?
Oklahoma. He had him in Oklahoma, and then
Jalen almost won the Heisman in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, big time years with Brian Daboll.
Okay.
And then again, Frank Reich, just because of his familiarity with being a quarterback himself. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that he's a personality that he's someone that automatically Jalen would respect. You know what I'm saying? Right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's you got to bring in people. It's the things you need.
It's like Vic. It's just like the Vic effect. When Vic walked in, they respected him to an extent to where like he's old school. Like that. Remember when Vic first came in to the Eagles and they asked him during camp? They asked Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, what do you think about him? They said he's old school.
Old school. He coached hard. They like to be coached hard.
So I'm not saying we need somebody old school. I'm definitely saying that we need somebody that's going to have full control of the offense. That's my biggest thing. Full control of the offense. You're picking the position coaches, just like they let Vic Fangio do.
Yep. He's not a pushover. You know what I'm saying? And he's also a proven commodity too. You know what I'm saying? He's had some success. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jalen Hurts and Brian Daboll have had success together. So that's another type of respect level that will come there too.
Brian Daboll and who?
And Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, so I can definitely see that. What is So, do you feel like position coaches is something we need to change as well?
You know what? When I think about the way,
Because think about what that secondary coach Christian Parker has done with
oh,
Quinion
you talking about? I'm sorry, you
and
talking
Cook.
about on the, you talking about on the defense? Okay, I
I'm
thought
talking
you
about
were
on the
talking about
offensive side, but I'm saying look at the effect that it's done with changing position coaches.
other than keeping Stoutland, let the OC bring his people in.
Okay.
Leave that up to the OC. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's one of those things where I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? They don't, they don't really, they don't really. I don't really want to think about that until you know what I'm saying until the OC comes in because again, that's a position where the guy needs to have his own people, and I think whoever it is, that's something that's going to be negotiated too. I
Mm-hmm.
also think to your point, I think that they'll say something like, "Look, we'll give you the job. You just got to keep Jeff." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because and also, like I think that this particular draft, you know what I'm saying, is
Mm-hmm.
going to be dedicated to the offensive side of the ball. You know
Oh,
what I'm
you
saying?
so? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think because if you look at our last 3 drafts, it was more defensive heavy. You know what I'm saying? If you look at our if you and I think and when you look at where we are right now when it comes to players that we're bringing in, we since and we had Theo do this do the research for us and everything. We have since 2022, I think we have right now, I think we have somewhere like around 20 something. We have 20 something players on our team that we've drafted since 22.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to this comment
That's
that Linda
huge.
just put. Linda said we could promote Clint Hurt. Where, like, what position are you talking about for Clint Hurt? I'm just curious
Yeah.
because I did hear that the Cowboys are trying to pick him up.
The Cowboys want to interview Clint Hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I would say the problem with the Cowboys is the owner. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, yeah. Like that will be that's their downfall that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Like I don't know if any I like hey, they have to if you're taking the you know how they say it's no longer a thing for players to want to play with that star on their head. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
I don't think it's much of a thing that coaches want to coach that star. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Look at Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore ain't want to go there.
Well, I think this. I don't like talking about the Cowboys, but I think the only way that the Cowboys will actually start being a Super Bowl caliber team is when they can bring in somebody that's personality is bigger than Jerry Jones.
That's what I well we're not talking we're just saying in comparison to, right?
Yeah, not
So
even comparison to bigger than Jerry Jones to
no,
where
listen.
Jerry Jones respects it.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. The things that we are saying that we would like to see for Jalen Hurts and an
Mm-hmm.
offensive coordinator
Mm-hmm.
literally is everything that Dak would need to be successful. He would need a coach that's bigger personality, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he would need someone that's going to hold him accountable. And shout out to Tribe Called Quest with the $20 super sticker. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we here and we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna be straight. That's why I said like I like to sit back and talk about it. The game's already over. The game's gone. We move forward. I,
We in like I always say, Warren, this is what I say, right? I always say I'm more interested in activity.
yeah, what's
You know what I'm
happening
saying?
after?
Like
Yeah,
what's the activity? I don't give a damn. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I just need to see some activity. Don't
yeah. We
tell me,
want to see some type of change.
yeah, when this shit went down and everything like that, don't just be blowing smoke up my ass like you hear other people doing. We're gonna break the bank. And
Well, I don't think they're gonna. I definitely don't think they're gonna do that because first you got to look at it like this: like Jeffrey Lord. Look, and this what tells you everything
Mm-hmm.
about this person.
Mm-hmm. Talk about the draft. We said that. We that's what we've been doing.
No, we haven't been talking about the draft. What do we need to talk about?
Oh,
Draft?
wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. His son was you talking about Stadium Sports HQ,
No,
right?
yeah. He said talk about the draft. We're not talking about it.
Why?
Yeah. What
For
are we
what?
talking about the draft for?
You know, we need to draft a whole new O line. How about that? There you go. Simple. We need to draft the O line. We need a DB2. You know, and that's it, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
like I said,
we're not hurting like that, dog. I don't think people realize like
we
how
don't
well
we don't need to go into the draft. We know what we got.
Yeah, and guess what? We do not have. If you look at Pro Football Focus's, when you look at free agent contracts and everything like that, the Philadelphia Eagles do not have negative. We're not in the negative.
Yeah,
we are not in the negative. How crazy is that? So that tells you right there from an organizational standpoint, we we place a premium on the books and making sure, granted, you know what I'm saying, you got some contracts that are coming out due, but we are not in the negative on that. Not like the Cowboys are, you know what I'm saying, with Dak and his contract along with CD, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have contracts that's going to prevent us from being able to sign other people. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think we're going to deal with that. I got a question for you, and anybody in the comments, if y'all can answer this.
No doubt.
What is going on with Tyreek Hill? What is the situation with Tyreek Hill?
Man, he might be done, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
I know he has like the whole charges and all that stuff, but is he still signed to the Miami Dolphins?
Yes. But I think they're gonna let his ass go. I think he's done. But I don't know if he might be, you know what he might be like? He might be a situation like Odell Beckham Jr. In his last few years in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just trying to catch on where he can. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I asked that because what do you see? How do you see like Tyreek Hill becoming a wide receiver 3?
For the Eagles?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want that in there with AJ. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want Tyreek in Philly.
So you thinking about personalities? You talking about personalities?
Yes. I'm thinking about.
But you said that with Mike McDaniels too.
Yep.
Now, what is it about Mike McDaniels that we feel like we need him there? Is it because he has the mindset and the scheme, kind of like Shanahan and like McVay and all that, and we feel like we can get that out?
Well, it was because of him as a offensive coordinator is how he ended up, getting to this point where he got the head coaching job.
And now that was with the 49ers, right?
Yep. And now you put them, and they were dynamic. You understand what I'm saying? They were doing their thing, until we fucked them up in the
But answer this for me though. You get somebody like McDaniels, and remember, Leo, the way that we're thinking, we want this to keep going. I think us all as Eagles fans, we're tired of the roller coaster of up and down. Go to a Super Bowl, we'll lose a playoff game. Like we're tired of that rotation going on. But I think if McDaniels was to have a good year, he'll be gone. That's the only issue.
Yeah, well,
or do you feel like he has 2 years to make up for what he's doing?
I would think that he would have,
because he did damage in Miami. He did damage.
Put like this: if this offense ends up looking like it did when Kellen Moore was the OC, or if the offense looked like it did when Shane Steichen was the OC.
I want it to look like what it did with Shane Steichen. I don't want it to look like what it did with Kellen Moore because it was strictly run game. And I think us running the ball like that is what hurt us this year. I don't think like that. I want it to be more.
I don't think we were able. I don't think our ability, I think the biggest thing about our inability to run the ball had a lot to do with had more to do with the guys just being beat up.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? We got some. We remember. I don't know if you were there or not, but we did the thing where we looked up the guys. Counting this year, the guys have played 75 games in the last 4 years.
Well, you heard
75.
what Landon Dickerson said, right?
What?
He was basically saying like I was playing hurt every game. He
Yeah.
said I was playing hurt. He's like, I don't even know what it is that I may have hurt or injured, but he was like, I was out there playing.
He started the season off like that.
Yeah.
They all did. And I like listen, I'm not saying our offensive linemen are bad players. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I think they're just
What I'm
worn.
saying is that these are guys who 1 year played 20 games. The next year they played 18. The year after that they played 20. Then the following year they played 18. Now, in between those times, they played into February and then had to turn around and get ready in March. If you think about it, as of these guys were playing. These guys were playing in the Super Bowl 11 months ago. Just 11 months ago.
No, yeah, I was.
And then, and then we're going to turn around. You're going to turn around. You're going to ask these guys to play 20 whole games into February. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to play later in February than they did last year, right? And then got to turn around and play again in March and be ready to play again, ready to go again at the end of March. That's why I said I have a newfound respect for I have a newfound respect for the Chiefs, the Patriots, and the Cowboys, because to go back to back fucking sucks.
It definitely sucks.
Look at the Chiefs dynasty years. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Chiefs dynasty. Look at them. Look at their O-line. Them motherfuckers look beat up.
And then also they didn't make the run game.
The run game wasn't.
They didn't make the run. They didn't base it off the run game too.
Yeah. So what we've done is we have asked a lot. We have asked an insane amount of. We've asked a lot from an O-line that hasn't in a very short period of time. So much so that now we need to get a whole new set of guys that we're probably going to run into the ground again over the next couple of years.
So you're saying a whole new. So I think we're good with the people that we got. I think we just didn't have the depth at O-line that we should have had.
Well, I mean, I'll say this: it's January.
It was no plug and play.
Yeah,
I truly think, Leo, we could probably get Mekhi Becton back.
I think so too.
Because Mekhi Becton's been just as injured with the Chargers.
Well, that was the evidence that I was using during the course of the season.
Yeah, and I feel like we can possibly get him back.
Yeah, he looked like he's been playing a lot of football lately. You know what I'm saying? And then look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They look like they've been playing a lot of football lately. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So again, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking, like I always tell people, look at this and really ask yourself, how much football have these guys played in the last couple of years? It's a large amount of football. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So to go back to back is hard as hell. To go every other year is hard as fuck too.
Especially, I kind of like what Phil said too, Matt Nagy. How do you feel about Matt Nagy?
It would depend on what. Again, it would depend on his staff. But when he was in Chicago, no, wait a minute. He was the OC. He was the head coach in Chicago, but he was the OC beforehand. And where did Nagy come from?
I thought he was with the Chiefs.
No, before he got to Chicago, because remember he was the head coach for Chicago. Double Doink.
Oh, okay.
Remember he was the Double Doink coach for the Chicago Bears. I'm trying to think, where was he at beforehand?
He said the Bears.
Shout out to Nate Edwards. My man Nate is in the building. He said, "What do you think about Frank Wright?" Yeah, we already settled on him. Yeah. They have Sean Davis says they have to make the run game a priority. Yup. Stuck on Bird Street. Yo, what up, big dog?
I don't, and that's my thing too. I don't want to make the run game a priority. Like I don't want us to go into this new season making the run game a priority because that's what hurt us this season, making it a priority.
Well, it's. I think it was the offensive coordinator.
Well, remember, no, that was what Jeffrey Lurie wanted.
Oh, really?
Jeffrey Lurie said that I want this to be a run first offense.
You know what? And I remember Jalen saying
in the offseason.
I remember Jalen saying something to Jeffrey Lurie and Nick Sirianni, like, I told y'all, trust me.
Yeah, so like, I think that's the Jeffrey Lurie thing, but Jeffrey Lurie's sitting back thinking, okay, it's probably not going to work out that way. Mind you, Ben Van Sumeren was injured first game. So, like, we went into this with no fullback.
Yeah,
we expected to have.
So we lost some in the first play of the season, didn't we?
Yep.
And the kickoff.
While he was injured, Jalen Carter's spitting on deck while they trying to cart him off in the middle of all.
Yep. So that's
like,
right. Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
So that kind of threw us off. But then my thing is like, okay, why not use Dylan like that?
Stuck on Bird Street says, how are you guys feeling about Nick and his incompetence as a head coach? We
dived into that, but we can give the cliff notes though.
Yeah, the cliff notes is we just what we needed. Nick ain't going nowhere, and they'll probably end up bringing a offensive coordinator who can choose his own staff. You know what I'm saying? That Nick would have to respect, but it was more so about Howie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
so
Howie
stuck on Bird Street, like. Well, we were so basically what Leo was saying, but also how Vic Fangio brought in his whole staff on the defensive side, whoever the OC is, having them bring their own staff. So new wide receiver coach, new running back coach, like doing that of that nature.
Oh, so Matt Nagy was with the Chiefs.
Well, I know Matt Nagy was the one that helped get Patrick Mahomes drafted to the Chiefs. That's why I said that.
Okay, so it was all right. So all right, yeah, then I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Another disciple of Andy Reid, straight from the Andy Reid coaching tree. So I'm cool with it. I'm not going to win with the pass first offense with Jalen. That showed in 23 and this year. I don't know if I agree with that one. Sean.
So he said that showed in 23. He went to the Pro Bowl in 23.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think I agree with that one.
His arm got him to the Pro Bowl. That's what people forget. People forget that.
And he had a career year this year.
He finally passed that 25 touchdown pass threshold.
Yep, yeah, career year. You know what I'm saying?
So he did pass that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The cycle of coordinators is killing the window for Super Bowl. We need someone who's going to stay and develop a consistent offense. That's more about your quarterback than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because your quarterback is the one that's getting these offensive coordinators jobs.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we were saying. So if you bring in somebody like a Frank Wright, who's just like Vic Fangio, that does not want to become a head coach and just wants to stay where he's at, build the team, and see where he can take it, then that eliminates the whole get rid of Nick Sirianni. And if Nick Sirianni is smart, he would be going for that.
Yeah, and real quick, shout out to everybody in the building. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And while you are here, take your asses on over to the Eagles Collective Podcast. Do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like and subscribe button for the both of them. Y'all know this is like our tip jar. And if you are inclined, become a channel member. You know what I'm saying? The bird section is it's an Eagles channel, but it's not an Eagles safe space. You get a carton's worth of fun and information for the price of a Lucy.
Did you say a carton's worth of fun?
and information for the price of a Lucy. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but Looking at I'm looking at some of these things people are saying. Shout out to Mr. Mojo's in the building. Stuck on Bird Street said exactly. We keep Nick. We someone like a Frank, but honestly, we need a McVay type of coach.
What can Frank Wright do now? If Frank Wright goes to the Eagles with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, and this O line that's going to be fresh,
and Jalen Hurts as his quarterback,
do you feel like you still giving them keys to the Corvette? Is this a better driver though?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so that can open up a McVay type of offense. That maybe Frank Wright can be like, okay, I can actually play around with what we doing here. So
Sean Davis says, why has the passing game been almost last the past 3 years?
Are you talking about? He's talking about the ranking. So
yeah.
So like I said, we have our levels of fans. That's what we're doing. We have our levels of fans here.
Yeah. You want to take that? You take it. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to save my breath. Remember, I'm getting over a sickness. Sean,
I'll say this. The passing game has been last the past 3 years, but you've been to 2 Super Bowls in that same time period.
But people aren't counting that the Super Bowl that we won, because from everybody's perspective, and I think you'll agree, is that Saquon, we won that Super Bowl because of Saquon's legs, and they don't. They want to use that narrative.
Well, they seem to forget that we got to the Super Bowl before that and lost off of Jalen's arm.
That's what people don't want to mention. Yeah.
I think that's the part that I think it kind of gets lost in not, I don't want to say lost in translation, but just people seem to forget that part of things. Like you do realize, like, you know, we was like Jalen threw us into the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Mojo says, Leo, as a Cowboys fan, do you think Mike McDaniel would be a good OC for y'all? Yes, Mr. Mojo. I don't. I mean, yeah, he could be. No, I just don't know if we would have an awkward situation with Vic being the defensive coordinator. That's the only problem.
Would that really bother them though? Because I
don't know. I'm not saying it would.
Vic Fangio technically did not get fired. They just parted. It was mutual.
Yeah.
Because remember, Vic just wanted to leave at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, he was. Yeah. Yeah. And it's always. And here's the thing about these.
He always wanted to come up to Philly.
Yep. He was a consultant the year we went to the Super Bowl.
He already wanted to come to Philly. It's just the fact we in the Super Bowl, we can't be looking for different coordinators while we're in the Super Bowl.
Well, Vic said this is last stop. He doesn't want to be a head coach.
He's not. And I want somebody like that on the offensive side too. But I do get what people are saying, because McDaniels can do that on the Eagles. But how long are we going to keep him? I'm personally tired of just the 1 year like stretch, and that's it. Like, I don't want just one season. I want consistency.
Brian Slade said, I'm good with Nagy because we know he's not getting a head coaching job and we can have him for a few years. It's the couple years that you want. Yeah, me too. I'm out for that too.
Yeah, like I want somebody that's going to at least stay for 3 years. You feel me? Like, at least stay for 3 or 4 years.
Appreciate you, Manito's World. I'm just looking at these things. Go Birds. Do you think A.J. Brown intentionally dropped those passes? No. You fired the coach for not letting Barkley break the rushing record last year?
You fired the coach for not letting
Barkley break the rushing record last year? Just saying. That's got to be that's a Cowboy fan. Like, you guys are more worried about stats than you are about winning. You know
this has been Bob loves stats.
Leo's different team. Leo, it's a different team, but can we all agree that the Lions' success might have been more Ben Johnson and less Dan Campbell?
Oh, I've been telling people that all day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, if you watch the Bears Saturday, cat's out the bag. Like that's. I was telling people that about the Bears anyway. I told Bears fans. Mm-hmm. Bears fans are getting upset about it. But no, I truly think that let's dive into this though with Jalen Hurts, because we were talking about him. LaShawn McCoy made a comment on his show, and said that he was talking to some people in the locker room, in the office, and their thing is Kevin Patullo's offense looks like that because the things that Kevin Patullo wants to do, Jalen Hurts cannot do. This is by LaShawn McCoy. Um,
The
Hearing
thing
that, what are your thoughts?
I don't believe that, because what I would like to know is how is it that what coach would let players know that he wants to do things like, what coach would expose their quarterback to the players on their team like that?
No. This is just in the office. It's not. It's not. It may not be coaches. It can be. Hell, remember, it can be the goddamn towel boy walking around and hearing people talk.
Oh, I don't know. Not going for. I'm nope. Not listening to that, man. I can't because I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, it's his job to do that. He's a talking pundit. You know what I'm saying? And
That's what he's turned into.
Yeah, he's turned into a talking pundit. You know what I'm saying? And he's I can't. I'll go. You know what? If I chased everything that someone threw out there, you know what I'm saying, I'd be a Cowboys fan. I'd be out here looking like a Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody says something, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard people. What about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown fighting over a side piece?
Yeah,
that was a thing too.
Well, who was that? I think that was Deshaun Jackson. That was Deshaun Jackson trying to say that.
Yeah, like it was like, all right, come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're just throwing things out there to get people running.
You're trying to see what sticks.
Yeah, like, you know, you're just throwing shit out there just to be throwing it out there. You don't mean none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I'm not chasing this shit. No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can have it. You can have it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But where do you feel like, what do you need to see from Jalen Hurts going into next year?
Well, I'll say this, you know,
because we're looking for progress. Like,
right. I was going to say progression is definitely going to be the thing. So my expectation level is going to. I'm gonna hold off on that until ask me after we get an offensive coordinator. I want to know who our offense coordinator is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Before I start laying out what my expectations are. But I will say this. Here's what I did find out this year. I found out that, you know, I love the fact that Jalen spends the offseason trying to figure shit out to get better on his own. You understand what I'm saying? We heard this year, Peyton Manning said, Jalen Hurts calls me at all different times of the night, you know what I'm saying, with very specific questions. I love how he has taken so hard to the cerebral part of the game. Okay? That's coming from the sheriff. So I love that. Okay? Not to mention the fact that we now know, also we found out this year, we also know that Michael Jordan is whispering in his ear. So Jalen Hurts just got released for the offseason yesterday or today, right? And so he's going to spend the rest of the offseason, you know what I'm saying, loving on his wife, who I think is pregnant now, you know what I'm saying, and getting whatever it is whatever type of mentorship he's getting, you know what I'm saying, he'll be getting that, and we know for what type. So I just think that we're just going to get the same. We're going to get a still determined, looking to get better.
So you're saying we're going to get the same thing we've been getting. So you're saying nothing's truly going to change.
No. Yeah. Yes, I am. And no, I don't think anything's going to change. I don't want it to. You know what I'm saying? Especially after all the shit that I found out. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it, the reason why I'm wording it such as I am, is because these are not things that he's broadcasting. We have to.
No, I get all that. But what I'm saying is, but you're saying nothing is truly going to change. And the reason why I'm saying that is Jalen is getting older. Saquon is getting older. Like, all these players are getting older, and this window is getting smaller.
No, so Jalen's only 27.
Yeah, but he's getting older though. Like he's getting older. Like,
Yeah, but he hasn't. He still
But-
hasn't reached his prime years yet. And we're talking about the QB. The older they
I
get, the
think
better they
and
get.
this is where I'm looking at. You have a small window. You still have a small window because you got to get them to where they're to a point to where they're all clicking. They're not clicking right now. So you first need to get them clicking first. And then you can start scheming everything. I think the older that Jalen gets, the less Jalen's gonna be trying to use his legs, and the less the Eagles are wanting him to use his legs. So he needs to progress when it comes to like throwing the ball. So he's gonna be picking his yards are gonna be going up. His passing yards will be going up. We don't want Jalen running the whole time. Like, how long do you expect to keep Jalen Hurts?
I think we're going to get minimum 10 to 12 years.
So if you want 10 to 12 years, he's not going to be running like that, Leo. he's not going to be running like that.
No. Listen, when I say nothing's going to change, I'm talking about in the off season, his wanting to get better and the way he goes about doing it. I like
but
that.
I want him to get better with the team, though. I don't want him to get better just him solo. You get what I'm saying?
But how can you have any expectations when you don't know who the offensive coordinator is going to be?
But even if you don't have the offensive coordinator, you telling me he can't hit up Smitty, he can't hit up Darius Cooper, AJ Brown? Because remember, he was doing that the 24th season.
Oh, you talking about like you talking about?
I'm talking about I'm talking about building the chemistry.
I don't think chemistry has ever been an issue. I really don't.
I think it is. I truly think it is. Yeah.
You got 2,000-yard wide receivers, and chemistry is your problem?
Yes, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think so. I don't think chemistry is the problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying now. I'm not saying
chemistry wasn't the problem. AJ Brown would have caught those passes.
Then I don't think chemistry. I don't think no. I think that was an AJ Brown thing. I think that was an AJ Brown thing. I don't care.
So if AJ Brown is dropping pass, answer this for me. So if AJ Brown is dropping passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the only other two people that he's confident in throwing the ball to, Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have confidence in Dotson like that. He doesn't have confidence in Darius Cooper like that. That's what I'm saying. Build that chemistry.
You're saying you want to see the quarterback. You want to see the quarterback have some sort of a get together with all the wide receivers during the offseason.
I'm saying like he did, because he did that in 24. If you go back and you look into offseason of 24, he had Johnny Wilson with him when Johnny Wilson got drafted.
Yep.
He brought in all the wide receivers, and they actually, I think it was in Houston, they all were just like practicing together and they built chemistry together. What happens to me is I feel like after they win Super Bowls, Jalen Hurts is not out with them as much. I think it needs to be true chemistry like the defense is. The defense has a better chemistry than the offense. And the defense they haven't even known each other.
But dog, they played February 9th. They played February 9th. And then OTAs was in March, at the end of March.
But what does that mean though? Where are you going with that? Because it clearly didn't get us anywhere. It didn't get us anywhere with that.
What I'm saying to you is that this particular offseason, this past offseason was a particularly abnormal offseason. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't accommodate.
Everything sped up.
Yes, it's shrunk. You know what I'm saying? The man got married. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they didn't have a chance to like actually have a life. And I don't think that that's not going to I don't think that he's not going to get with his wide receivers this offseason or anything like that. I don't think hooking up with your wide receivers in the offseason is something that's going to go away. I think that's something else that's going to happen, probably. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that it was a chemistry thing, in particular when you look at AJ and those drops yesterday. AJ was in his head, and it showed when he came to the sideline.
But if he's in his head, there should be other options out there. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
And
not
what I'm saying,
disagreeing with you
there
on
should
that.
be other options. There should be other options out there.
Hey, listen, Darius Cooper fucked up. Jahan Dotson missed some passes. You know what I'm saying? Missed some catches. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I just don't.
Everybody basically missed the pass, right? Except
I just don't think like I honestly, bro. I think the chemistry part of it all that's a shot in the dark. I don't think that's a. I wouldn't say chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Anything other than that. You know what I'm saying? Because them dudes ride for him. I'm sorry. It's you can hear the banging upstairs. Yeah, but I don't think I wouldn't label it a chemistry thing. And I still think we have to sometimes we do have this habit of taking the human element out of things. And these dudes was playing February 9th. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, I get that, but then at the same time, I'm looking at it as then if you're doing that, you can't say keep the main thing the main thing. You can't you're not living by your mantra if you're saying that.
No, yes you are because the main
because remember what we like about Jalen Hurts, he has a Jordan-like mindset when it comes to things, and almost a Tom Brady-like mindset, to where nothing else matters except winning in the sport. So I think it's the level of maturity that he's trying to get through to where he knows, okay, my team can do this. Let me make my team better. And I feel like doing those things and building that with your receivers. Yo, you lost that game because of catches, right? What are we going to do differently? You can bring for OC in.
I would say I would say yes to that, but I think I would say, but I think you're applying it to the wrong group. I don't think that applies to Jalen and them. I think that applies more to Howie and Nick and Jeffrey Lurie.
As far as break that down.
As far as like trusting him. Trust him.
So you're saying they don't trust him?
Yeah, I don't think they trust him like they should. I don't think he has carte blanche like Tom Brady had. I really don't. I don't think you could see it. He does not have the same type of carte blanche. You know what I'm saying? And that's not his fault. He's shown that he's a very capable quarterback. You just got to trust him to do the things that he can do. You know, like you said, you heard him say it to Nick Sirianni, to Jeffrey. I told you to trust me. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm
saying? Because a lot of people, one thing I will say, Leo, about that game yesterday, a lot of people didn't blame that game on Jalen Hurts.
It was not. Yeah, I don't blame that game on Jalen Hurts at all.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually defending the way that game was played in. I think Jalen played a solid game. Did I wish he ran a little bit more? Yes. However, the passes that he made, they're right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, for sure. And on the hands. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
It's the receivers that didn't catch that. So my concern is what happened? Like that's my biggest thing. Those passes that AJ would have caught, like
I think he was in his head. Honestly, it's you know, like one thing we cannot do is let's not overcomplicate it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not overcomplicate it. You know what I'm saying? Jalen was throwing balls and it was hitting them right in the hands. It was going right through their hands, all that stuff. So we know that he's capable of delivering the ball right then and there. You see what I'm saying? And Jalen was and AJ was not making catches that he normally makes. You understand what I'm saying? So the ones that was playing out of character was the wide receivers.
The wide receivers, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that means that it wouldn't have mattered whether they did or didn't get together in the offseason. That was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And
it just makes me, and this is where I think it kind of goes back to the Nick Sirianni thing. I think having them rest was fine. I think that was fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. What were they doing in between? Yeah. What were they doing to offset that? All right, we're not practicing. Like we're not going to have them play. What else were they doing? Like what were they truly doing to prepare for them? because it's almost as if they went in. KP went in. We all thought KP had he was opening up that playbook and he was ready.
I think that this is more of an indictment on KP. At the end of the day, yes, Nick Sirianni is the head coach and the buck stops with him. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But if we're truly taking a genuine deeper dive and everything like that, everybody knows the offensive coordinator. It's listen to Tom Munkin. It's the sentiment that was behind Tom Munkin saying the things that he said about Lamar Jackson is the same thing about KP. It's the same thing. I didn't do a good enough job. You see what I'm saying? I could have coached him better. I could have prepared them better. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, yes, the head coach, but also the offensive coordinator too. You see what I'm saying? This job obviously was over his head the whole year. You know what I'm saying? And they let him complete the year. Good job on them. You know what I'm saying? And now he about to be gone.
It got him to the playoffs.
Yes.
We can at least say that.
Yep, he's consistently he made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And despite what anybody has to say or whatever the trolls may want to say or what have you, you know what I'm saying? We have been to the playoffs every year since Nick Sirianni has been the coach. Okay? That is, you know what I'm saying? Logan Motorsport says, when is the end of year press conference?
That's probably gonna be
I was gonna say that's not that they got to first of all, they gotta have that meeting with Jeffrey Lurie.
Yeah, Jeffrey Lurie, because I think what happened in 23, they had to come up with a plan. Howie and Nick had to come up with a plan.
I'm sorry
to give Jeffrey Lurie on what they plan on doing. I don't know who the OC is going to be. I think that's what makes it interesting. And I think depending on who the OC is going to be, that's going to determine our draft picks and what we use our drafts on. Because is there really anybody we truly need on defense other than a CB2?
Well, wait a minute now. Because when you go back to that list that you put up,
pull it back up?
Yeah, put that list back up. There you go. So look at the remember pass rush. You know what I'm saying? So let's take Jalen Phillips and the Kobe Dean out of the mix. You know what I'm saying? And then look at the pass rush. That's some serious Aziz, Brandon, Uche, Okoronkwo. Those are depth pieces.
Yeah, but these are guys in the game that weren't even dressed. Like they dressed, so they were just
and Aziz came over from the Giants.
Yeah, he came from the Giants. Let me see.
Yeah, but I can't I don't. There is at this stage, at this point, there is nothing I can do or we can do to change what happened yesterday.
No, definitely. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we can talk about what can happen in the future.
Yeah, we can analyze it here, go back that way, All we can do now at this point, I think we're like number 23. We have the number 23 pick.
You might be right. I haven't even
I think that's the number 23 pick or something like that. But that Jets third rounder looks good. That'd be a high ass third round pick we're gonna get for Hassan Reddick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then when you look at
if we let Reed walk, we get another one.
Yeah, if we let Reed walk, if we let Jahan Dotson walk, if we let Sam Howell walk, if we let who else?
What do you think about Jalen Phillips this season? What do you feel like he made that much of an impact?
Fuck yeah.
Something up.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. Yeah, we do have the number 23 pick. Yeah, and wait a minute. Tank on there?
No.
I was gonna say
I think Tank has one more year.
Yeah, Logan, we got Tank for one more year. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm gonna
I
pull
want,
something up on Jalen Phillips real quick.
yeah, I want Phillips and Dean. They're my two highest priorities. And I think maybe we can get Reed Blankenship on a team friendly deal. You know what I'm saying? If we can get him on a team friendly deal, bring him back because you got Andrew Makuba, but I want him back. For his veteran presence at this point. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sean Davis said Phillips was not that big of an impact. Bullshit. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. You know what I'm saying? His first game.
Who, Jalen Phillips?
Yeah. His first game. We was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was
So are you? What is it that you're looking when it comes to Jalen Phillips? Are you looking at his production?
yeah, and
The biggest thing that you're looking at?
yeah. And
Okay.
on top of that, not only that though, but for the period of time that we still got these youngins, because Jeremiah Trotter is still on his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Jahad Campbell's on his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can get some serviceable years where we get Jalen Phillips under contract for a couple years, and at that point when that contract is up, you know what I'm saying, we might be re-signing, Trotter, Jahad Campbell, N'Kobe Dean could be on his way out the door. You see what I'm saying? So that I like that, I like that ability to have that kind of veteran presence, you know what I'm saying, with these guys that can help bring them along, you know what I'm saying? And then everything else is depth at that point.
I would be okay with letting N'Kobe Dean walk if we keep Bobby Knight as the linebacker coach.
Okay. Yeah.
I can be okay with letting Dean walk and letting Jahad Campbell and Trotter be the future.
But he's so good.
He is, bro. He is.
When he's
but
healthy.
He's good. He's a smart player, but he just got to stay healthy.
That's the problem.
Like
operative word, got to stay healthy.
But I think his health is a reason why we might end up keeping him, because when you look at his production, but yeah, you're good when you're healthy. But do you think he's played more games or he's missed more games when it comes to N'Kobe Dean?
Well, real quick, Bob Hope. No, we're 10 million over the cap. I mean, under the cap. Yeah, we got a lot of money. we're not over the cap. We're not over the cap by a lick. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just thinking, has he missed more games or played? Like, has he missed more than he's actually played?
Who's that?
N'Kobe Dean.
No, he's. He missed his.
I think he missed more games than he's played, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it might be equal amount. Hold on. Hey Siri, how many games has N'Kobe Dean missed since he was drafted? Yes. Hold on. No. Siri, how many games has N'Kobe Dean of the Philadelphia Eagles missed since he was drafted? So he played 5 games in 2023, his rookie year.
Mm-hmm. He's played 25 regular season games.
He's missed more than he's played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. That kind of helps you out with the contract right
there. Yeah, that's why I said a team friendly deal.
So in 22 he played 0 games. 23 he played 5, like you said. 24 he played 15, and in 25 he played 7.
Tricks 2KO says, Howie has been held AJ hostage for 2 years. I love him, but please let him go so he can be happy. Howie. Tricks. We covered this at the beginning of the stream, so I'm just like my man Warren says. We give you the cliff notes. Tricks, go take a look at the dead cap hit.
Actually, I'll do him something even better. Here you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. You still want to do that?
It's just crazy to me, Leo, and like I'm pretty sure people in the comments, I'm pretty sure y'all get tired of it too. Of just people saying trade him, trade him, trade him.
I'm like,
they're not looking at the full
that
scope
part
of
right
everything.
there. Yeah,
It's
you're
like
not
it's
looking,
like you're just talking. You're just talking just to talk.
Yeah, like you don't.
And then I get why Cowboy fans say it, because we were telling them trade Micah Parsons, and they're looking like, no, we can't trade Micah. Micah's the best thing we got on defense.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why they see
Michael
that.
Michael was on his rookie contract.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we're telling
deadline.
them that because you can actually get some picks off of them.
Right, and you don't have he won't be a cap casualty.
And I'm looking at Micah Parsons as the Eagles, which is the team you need to beat. We know how to stop him. You run at him.
Yep.
Like if the team that is dominating you knows how to beat your best.
Better the devil I know than the one I don't know.
Yeah. Why do you want that to keep happening? It's the definition of insanity, bro. But yeah, I just think at the same time, I think that I think like there's no reason to trade him right now. I think now this is going to go back to what you said about February 8th. Maybe he needs a break.
Who?
Maybe this is good for AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Off. Like
yeah.
I think this is going to benefit him a lot more.
I think it's going to benefit AJ. I think it's going to benefit Saquon. Saquon coming off a 2,000-yard season and then followed it up with like what, 1,100 yards?
Yeah.
1,200 yards. What do you have? 1,200 this season?
I think only 11. Yeah, it was only 1,100.
Well, add the 100 yards from yesterday. It's 12.
Oh, you're adding that? Okay. I thought
you know what I'm saying? If you add last year, it was 2,500.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, I think the benefit of the extended off season is what everybody is going to. It's going to benefit the entire the guys that'll be coming back next year.
Okay.
I think they all going to benefit from it, which is why I wasn't mad about Nick Sirianni sitting those guys out last weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then to hear what Landon Dickerson has to say, that just, see, they needed it. They all did.
I'm going to read this comment because I know I was talking about Jalen Phillips and then we changed talking about yes, that's what I truly believe about Jalen Phillips. I don't think Jalen Phillips truly made the impact people are really thinking when you look at his stats.
I don't.
But when you look at the pressure and like the camaraderie and just the rotation piece, yes, that made more of an impact than the actual stat of them being there.
Got you. I got you. But the thing is we're talking about a guy who came in halfway in the season.
Mm-hmm. Is he just getting off an injury? Did he get off an injury in the middle of the Dolphins season, or did he? Okay.
Like considering what he's coming from, I totally understand why he feels the way he does.
He said, "I would pass on Phillips unless he's okay with $20 million a year, but I would rather get Crosby. The Crosby isn't going anywhere."
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I think we do this every season with Crosby.
And they got money. They got the most money right now. They got $100 million.
Yeah, they'll just pay
$100 million. They got
they'll just pay him more, and Max Crosby will just be that guy that's just getting a check. Like, it'll just be that.
You know, now again, you know what I'm saying, we could look at who we have here too, and then like let's come up with the package that we would use to get Myles Garrett.
We'll give you Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo for Myles Garrett.
if Howie pulled that off,
Hey, if you act right, we'll throw a Dory in there too. So that's
you want to give them our cast offs.
like I would. Would you trade Nolan Smith to the Browns for Myles Garrett?
For Myles, you know what? Someone else asked me that question, and I'm like, well, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to, if I'm seriously considering putting in, if I'm in a win now situation,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about this? Would you give up Nolan Smith? I mean, not Nolan Smith, N'Kobe Dean. Would
Yes.
you give him off to
Myles
the
Garrett.
Browns for Myles Garrett?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. These are like we talked about our core 5 people, and mine has not changed. It's Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Coop Quinion, and it would be Nolan,
Quinion.
but I'm gonna put Jahad Campbell just because Jahad Campbell's the future.
And Quinion.
Yeah, Quinion, Coop, Carter, Davis.
Mm-hmm. Quinion, Coop, Carter, Davis,
And then
and Jahad Campbell. Yep.
Yeah, I'll put
Yep.
Jahad Campbell in there. But
And then
it would be Nolan Smith.
You throw Myles Garrett in there. It's the impact of having him on the team and someone because he brings instant credibility. The guys would love it, like yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But I also think Myles Garrett would make Nolan Smith better.
I think Myles Garrett would make for sure. For sure.
And so then I'm thinking, okay, would you give up Jalen Hunt for Myles Garrett? Even though Jalen Hunt's production has been a lot better.
Yes, it has. He's shown steady growth, but no, because Jalen Hunt would still ultimately be cheaper, and his progress and the way that he's progressing, you know what I'm saying? It'd be right on with everybody else with the core group of guys on the team.
What about a Jomo?
Moro Jomo, I like Moro Jomo.
Would you trade him for Myles Garrett?
I was going to say I would trade him for Myles Garrett.
That would be a good trade.
Yeah,
like, not if you trade just him, but if you were to trade him and you give him in a package, I would put a Jomo in there.
I'll put a Jomo in the package. You know what I'm saying with Nolan Smith.
I'll give you Zach Bond too.
Yeah.
I would give you Zach Bond, a Jomo, Sidney Brown, and
folks understand. AJ, just so we're clear, AJ's here till 29.
No, 30.
It's 30. Yeah.
It's still 30. Yeah. That's crazy.
So, yeah. I don't think people are understanding now. His guaranteed money and everything like that ends next season.
He said, keep a Jomo. But think about it, though.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Jomo, but think about Ty Robinson. You got him.
Yep. We had some depth pieces that we can, you know what I'm saying? We've got some guys on the team that you haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. The problem with those stats is they don't happen in the fourth of the game. Yeah, well, this season is over with. So we can't keep I'm not going to say that's going to carry over into this season. You know what I'm saying? Into the next season. You know what I mean? Like we're at the end of this season already. So we already know how it turned out. But where we are right now is we're in that period of time where we're just trying to figure out like what's the best combination and way to go when it comes to dealing with, these draft picks that's coming up. And then I always say we got to have that perfect mix of veterans and rookies on contributors on their rookie contracts. And that's.
Do you think Brandon Graham will come back?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, that was it. This was it. Yeah, and I don't want him to. I don't want him back on the team. He did good as a DT, but it's the offseason now, and we needed him. Now that we're
don't be surprised if Brandon Graham comes back though.
Hey, you know what? If he came back, it'd be because he saw something that he sees something that we don't see yet in terms of I got a chance to do this again.
Well, also too, like Brandon Graham just getting up there in age to where he doesn't want to do the spring practice anymore. He's tired of this. He's tired of that all season camp.
Well, doesn't once you get to a certain number of years in the league, isn't that your prerogative?
It's no. It's more of like a yeah. It's more of like a courtesy.
Yeah,
Where like just come in later rather than
yeah,
if you on the team and you just ain't showing up like
yeah.
that
You know
sets the precedent. Yeah, but
yeah, so,
like that's what Aaron Rodgers did.
they start strong, the other team shuts us down in second. All right, we ain't doing that. For the stats, Jalen gets us on offense. We could play a rookie and get the same production for real. Use that money in other places. That's what we're saying. That's crazy. 2029 AJ is about to start doing sit up in front of the yard in order to get out. Tricks, that was over 20 years ago. Get over it. Get past it.
What happened?
He's referring to T.O. And I said that when Jalen first got here, I said there's a lot of people who still have PTSD over T.O. and McNabb. And they think like remember the first time Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown got into it on the sidelines, and Jalen kept saying, "I got you, baby, I got you, I got you," and AJ was and people got upset. People was like, "Oh my God, this is just like Donovan McNabb and T.O." And I'm like, "Whoa, no, wait. I get it, but that man is his daughter's godfather, and they're really, 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 really close friends. So they probably are accustomed to talking to each other in ways that normally other people get to talk to. You know what I'm saying? So but
is somebody talking about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown?
Yeah, and comparing it to T.O. You know what I'm saying?
Can we please stop doing
Oh
that?
no, Nico Collins is being carted off. Oh wow. What happened?
He can't stay healthy.
Oh, he came. He came down hard on that knee. He came down hard on that knee. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's not hate. It's just hey. It's Leo. That's why we didn't even respond to that. Okay. KP couldn't adjust once the other team did. Watch them in yesterday's game. Blessed by God. Yeah, we already done analyzed it back and forth the whole 9 yards. We have to move on. We have to.
Yeah, we have to.
And the biggest reason why we got to do it is because if we keep doing this, it's just entertainment for the other fan bases.
Right.
That's all. Like, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to say, hey, what we're not about to do is we're not about to sit here and get stuck in our feelings about what happened yesterday. It's over. We're still a championship caliber. We're a championship caliber team, organization. You know what I'm saying? And it's over. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? We're going to now we're going to turn the page because again, no matter what, the future is still bright. Our window of opportunity is going to be open for the next 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because of where I'm looking at drafts. I'm looking at guys we have under contract, rookies who are contributors right now. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? And if we keep playing this, the compensatory pick game, you know what I'm saying? It'll keep us relevant. Listen, say what you will, but when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they have been benefiting from the way Ozzie did shit today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is it as obvious? No, but trust me, where they are right now, the Ozzie Newsome, when he left, you know what I'm saying, when he retired, the Baltimore Ravens were set up for how long has he been out of the league now?
It's been a while.
Exactly. And they still benefiting from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't realistically move Hurts, do another year at the minimum. His dead cap hit this year is $117 million. 2027, it's like $40 million. which is still large, but close to what they moved Carson at. Yeah. And we're not moving Jalen Hurts, but we did take that big ass dead money cap hit. So they'll probably do it again.
Yeah, they'll take a pay cut.
Yeah, they'll do it again. They'll do it again. Yep.
Before we get up out of here, Leo.
Yeah.
And also appreciate everybody checking us out too. We creeping up on that 2-hour mark, and we got the game playing right now. I think it's the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Texans just kicked the field goal, so they're up by
10-6.
Yeah.
Hey, it seems like the Steelers are playing them better than we thought. But yeah, do you got anything before we get up out of here, Leo?
I would say it was a fun season. You know what I'm saying? I am actually looking forward to what's going to come out this off season.
Off season's always fun, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Watch how we cook. You know what I'm saying? To the rest of the Eagles, to the Eagles fan base, I'm not telling you not to be mad. But what I am telling you is be mindful how you express that and get over it as fast as possible, because you're just giving the other fan bases exactly what they want. You know what I'm saying? And don't do it. There's no changing. We're not going to change what happened yesterday. We can analyze all we want, you know what I'm saying? But yesterday happened. It's done. But the future is bright. Do not let these other fan bases fool you into thinking that it's over and we ain't never going to do this again and blah, 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 blah. They don't. What they don't tell you is that they wish they were you. They wish they had. They wish they had the same front office as you have. They wish that they had the same GM that you have. They wish they had the same ownership that you have. You know what I'm saying? We are still the best looking situation in the entire NFC East division. Okay, we are repeat champions. Okay, Jalen Hurts did something that Dak never done, which is repeat as NFC East champion. You know what I'm saying? So again, once again, the future is bright. Trix says we talking about this year. Stop living in the past. Trix, we were playing in the Super Bowl 11 months ago. That is this year.
I would say this, Leo. Mm-hmm. I would much rather be like coming out of a Super Bowl in 25. I would much rather be the Eagles than be the Chiefs.
Absolute, bro.
Like I would much rather be the Eagles than be the Chiefs, coming out of a Super Bowl.
Yep. I was going to say, we actually got out of the season relatively healthy. Think about that.
And in the playoffs, bro. Like that's
Yep.
That's in the playoffs. That's
if you think about it,
you set a tone for the next year when you go into the playoffs. Even if you're one and done, you're setting a tone for the next year.
Yep. Who's rehabbing? You know what I'm saying? I will say this. I think next year will be Lane Johnson's last year.
You know, who knows? It might be this year because he didn't play.
Yeah, well, this coming season.
You think that rest is going to help him?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because even if he went out and had surgery, you know what I'm saying, he would still be ready in time, and he's already been rehabbing. You see what I'm saying? So now he doesn't have to. He's not being rushed to come back or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back 100% healthy and ready to give it one more go. You know what I'm saying? But we do need to draft this. We do need to have his replacement on hand. You know what I'm saying? If we don't already.
I think that probably needs to be a number 1 draft pick.
Hence why I said
do a tight end.
Yep. Hence why I said I believe our draft in the next couple of years are going to be all about the shout out to Robert Dredden with the $5 super chat. He says, salute fellas. As much as I hate to say it, this had to happen. We have to purge our OC and possibly head coach. We will be back. Hold your head high, Philly. I agree. I don't think we're going to get rid of the head coach, but definitely the OC. You know what I'm saying?
And then it also sets that tone for even if we do go far in the 2026 season, we can't fall into that trap of, all right, let's just get somebody from within.
These
I think
they just fucked Aaron Rodgers up.
Oh, for real?
And they just ran it into the end zone for a touchdown on defense.
Oh, snap.
It's 16-6, y'all, just like that.
But yeah, I think it needs to set the precedent that even if we go far in the 2026 season, we can't get comfortable. That's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
After that 2022 Super Bowl, it felt like we got comfortable. After this 2024 Super Bowl, it felt like we got comfortable.
Yeah.
Like they know how far we're going to go. We need to start looking for OCs around those times.
I think we were just hurt. I think the offensive line was just hurt.
I think we were hurt, but then I also think the scheme just it didn't help. It didn't help.
Yeah. Yep. That too.
It didn't help with
hurt and a new OC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A first time OC. That's the other thing too.
No first time OCs.
Yeah, first time OCs with this, like it don't work.
Same thing how he does with his players. Just do it with your OCs. If you plan on keeping Nick, just do it with your OCs unless you get Frank Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Or
shout out to Pete Metal Mike. I know he's not happy right now because he's a Steelers fan. You know what I'm saying? So I know all my friends who are Steeler fans right now are hurting because Mufasa gonna have them boys thinking. They believe. You know what I'm saying? They believe. So it is what it is. Yeah.
All right, bro. Well,
all right, big dog.
You know, it's always good doing these. You know, we're gonna have a few with the off season coming.
I was about to say, hey folks, just so y'all know, off season don't mean we off.
No.
We still gonna keep going like the season's still going on, especially as the news trickles out. You see what I'm saying? And we're gonna be more focused about the possibilities and where we can go. I still want to have more talks about offensive coordinators. I don't believe that we've actually, covered them all, that potentials and stuff like that.
Why don't we do that next show?
I'm with it.
We do OCs.
I'm with it.
But hey, just like how the NFL don't sleep, we don't sleep either. So
and shout out to Fells with the $5 super chat. He said, "Win or lose, we in the building. Go Eagles! Word up, go Birds!" Sure. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Shout out to Fells with the $5 super chat. I so appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's this?
But yeah, the NFL, because you know what's going to happen next. It's going to be draft talk. After draft talk, it's going to be the trades, then the draft talk.
Yep, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all.
Hey, let's get up out of here.
Everybody, I'll see y'all later on the bird section. Oh!
Go Birds.
Peace.
We've been done that here. We've done that there. I want to do special.
You gonna get all those things wrong about me, but one thing you can get right. I'm a fucking champion.
I watch film throughout the whole week. These guys can't fix.
So I just keep my focus singularly on the collective.